Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Bloom in Blood, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, right here on the Rolling Nomads. I am your storyteller for tonight's Chronicle, Gilbert Ramos, aka Ramos the Nomad, everywhere on the social media. And well, you can see very clearly that there's a new face joining us, as well as Friday, who is not with us tonight, but will return soon, safely, soundly, if Kane permits. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the people you're actually here to meet, our players. And we will begin sort of in a reverse order than I usually introduce everybody in. We'll begin on my bottom right over to you, Remy, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, this is Astra's VTuber or Astra, and tonight I am playing Remy, the Nephilim Toreador, that is back, finally. That's fun.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Welcome back. We're so glad to have you back. We'll point over to my bottom left, over to you, Lola.
I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on most social medias, including on Twitch for iStream. And this time zone, I will be playing one Lola Torres, Malkavian Primogen, future Crash Out Queen.
As I've said before, give everyone a long enough timeline, and everyone is a Crash Out Queen. So thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to see you again. We'll jump over to my top right, Kaida.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Rissa Wraith. You can find me all over the internet as such. But this evening, I will be playing Kaida Arden, the Samitsi.
Indeed you will. And last, but certainly not least, we'll go over to my top left, Max. Kindly.
Hey everybody, I'm as I was on the social media because I think I'm funny, and as stated, I will be playing Max, Yukton. Just Max.
Thank you so much for being here, Max. And that is the only bit, that's the newest and freshest bit of information that the Coterie had, so that's why Riss has made that face, because they don't know who Max is, and it's going to be awesome. And for that sake, neither do you, dear viewer, but we're going to see who they are very, very soon. But for now, as we jump into today's episode of Bloom in Blood, we begin each episode, as we always do, with a recap. Once more given by myself, because I have not yet assigned anyone to recount the history of Phoenix, and we're halfway through the series, so probably not going to happen anytime soon. Everyone has been spared. So, our recap. We picked up last session with our players having recounted their weekly events. They had a sort of 10-day bit of downtime in which gifts were given, information was gathered, conversations were had, between not just the Coterie, but with the some of the Camarilla court as well, as there was a Primogen meeting called by Lola. There was a sit-down with Che, had by Friday. Kaida had given gifts to the entirety of the Coterie, and we'll jump into, as we had Remy missing, what that gift will be as it is revealed. But as we caught back up in sort of our timeline, we had gathered also new ghouls. Lola has a new ghoul that works within the military and is now dropping information about certain shipments that might be coming in that might be of key interest and might be linked to the Second Inquisition and what the sort of anarch resistance in Phoenix thinks that Montalvo is looking for, an item that they might have that might be coming into Phoenix very soon. A new shipment is supposed to be coming in 2 days, or in a couple days, I mean, and they should be getting a text. Lola should be getting a text very shortly about when the logistics and the confirmation of all that is supposed to be. As we faded into the modern nights and current times, Nathaniel had dropped the coordinates for the official headquarters of this sort of anarch resistance, allowing Lola to finally meet the heads of this organization, and invited the Coterie as well. As they made their way, they met with Julian at what was once the Phoenix Trotting Park, an old, now fully demolished racehorse arena that still had the underground left intact due to some kindred finagling with money. Upon reaching this facility, they had encountered a certain number of individuals. Notably, Julian was there, Nathaniel was there to greet them. Of note, though, one individual that was sort of unexpected was Renee, the Venture Primogen, and newly appointed when we first saw them back in episode 1, as a sort of undercover, almost splinter kindred working to their own ends, hoping to gather whatever is in the box that this group is hoping to gather and lure out Montalvo with. The Coterie, minus Remy, had gathered and were introducing themselves and gathering the information about these people that they were seemingly maybe going to be working with. And it was revealed very quickly that they also had a copy of the Book of Nod recovered from one of the Mesa fires. When questioning Renee about their interests in whatever box Montalvo was after, Renee revealed that they were there to recover it for their benefactor. They're almost like their boss. And that when inquiring who that might be, they proudly stated that their name was Dominic Tolick, the heir to Mithras. And that is where we left our coterie. And as we rejoin tonight, the same night, we don't go back to the Phoenix Trotting Park, or the remnants of the Phoenix Trotting Park. No, our eyes are cast over toward someone else. Toward the Rose. Remy, we missed you last week, so let's go ahead and get a rundown of your 10 days during your time as preparation and gathering information. What did you accomplish, I wonder?
There was a part of Remy that wanted to contribute to whatever the connections may be in this particular situation, but knowing what he knows about Kaida and being connected to the prince, and Pattermuster being scattermustered into the wind for a little bit, then that, and also Lola having that connection with Nathaniel and whatnot, Remy decided to strengthen his kind of base of operations a little bit more. A little bit so that the Coterie could have at least a little bit more ground to stand on, I suppose. So renovations were in order. Renovations at Hesperus, and focused more on getting the studio, the burnt down studio, to be a little bit better in working order. Keeping up with Zoe as well, just whenever possible. And still making plans to make sure that Zoe could have a little bit of a break from the chaos of everything. And I would say that Remy did reach out to Lola in between those 10 days, still asking whether or not Roman would also want to go. But Lola never gave me an answer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Lola's been very on the fence about it.
Okay. So yeah, more renovations than anything, and because of the urgency of said builds, I think Remy would have spent more time at Hesperus and each of the other studios and whatnot, and he hasn't even gone back to his own haven to sleep. He has a back room at Hesperus that he sleeps in, and whenever he's a little bit busy, but currently that's how that works. I think this particular night, though, I would say that's like as everything is being finished, he would have spent like the night prior back at his own abode.
Excellent. And as you do this, this is about where you would find Kaida's gift, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. As you finally make your way back to your home and your abode, a gift has been left for you, and I will turn this over to Kaida to describe.
Arrive at your home, and you find a rival artist amidst this gift. This artist in particular was one who was not only slandering your work, but trying to actively sort of destroy your businesses in the process. The normal critiques that Remy, I think, is accustomed to getting. But this person had likely become a bit of a thorn in your side. So This person is displayed in your haven, bent at the knees as if bowing, with their arms outstretched back and the skin from their arms and back pulled up to look like wings. There is black rope all along the body, keeping it upright and sort of installed into walls and ceilings, helping to support the wings, including the body. There's a sort of like shibari-like design all over their body. In the eyes are aster blooms, which can represent many things, but in this case represent deep devotion. In the mouth are camellias, representing admiration and perfection. Kaida has replaced the tongue that has been used to critique and spoke ill of Remy. Along the body are plum blossoms, which mean endurance and preservation. Along the bent legs hang wisteria, which represent humility. Along the spine are sunflowers, and those represent loyalty. The portion that looks like wings are all black roses, which are sacred flowers to Lilith. There's a small note that is at their bent knees, and it says, "I heard an artist say, a beautiful body perishes, but a work of art dies not. From my living garden to yours." And if Remy were to look carefully, he will see that the flowers have all rooted themselves into this man's body, and perhaps he is not quite dead.
This is the scene you come upon when you return home, Remy.
He kind of reads into it, reads the note and everything, and circles around the display, and just lightly taps on the man's cheek.
And he stirs just a bit, Remy, and I would like a wit's insight, as you've shown to be not forgetful, but kind of dismissive of people who you don't really respect. Let's see if you can recall who this individual might even be.
You said wits and insight?
Yes, please.
2. And what hunger am I at?
After the 10 days and everything has passed, you'll be at 1 hunger. Unless you've done something that I should know about.
No. I think not, but at least that is 4 successes.
Indeed. With 4 successes, you recognize him. This is Simon Angevin. This individual has criticized your work and criticized really the entirety of Roosevelt Row, but seeing as you are the direct sort of, some might call you the soul of that street and the artist of that row, he's criticized you the most, calling yours a den of debauchery, and he's very, he's been noted to make several donations as well as offer opportunities to the students over at the Christian University that is within Phoenix. Yours is a place that he thinks art thrives in its most base form. Very Christian, very damning of the people that hang around. The free expression of the row is something that he thinks is sinful, to say the very least.
I'll just lean over to his ear and just, "Can you hear me right now?"
There's a groan.
I'll just walk over to the kitchen and find myself a cabinet, bring out a empty crystal vase, fill it with a bit of water, and walk over and just, I always like to say that the lion doesn't care about the fly. Or was it the dragon? Either or. I never cared about your critiques. But here you are. And, well, unfortunately, I have friends much more powerful than you are. Yours. What do you say to that? Or what do you think to that?
He tries to speak, Remy, and it's faltering, to say the very least. It comes out in small, weak gasps. Eventually, he sort of chokes out, Jesus wept. The shortest Bible verse, 2 words, easy to remember, and one that the faithful call on when they are weak, when their memories fail. One that is simple, one that can protect.
Yes. That he did. And what of it? And I will take the flowers that are in his eyes and pull them out.
Streams of blood.
And then I'll just put it in the vase whenever I do so.
Do this. Kaida's been meticulous with her work. He doesn't bleed out. There are very clearly the shibari has been tied in certain ways that the vessels will isolate. So if he bleeds and too much blood from one leg, it will not affect the rest of his body. It's tight enough that it would isolate, almost acting like a tourniquet. This will last, Remy, for as long as you wish. This pain, this torture.
I'll just now pull out the flowers from his other eye and from his mouth, what replaced his tongue. Just whatever flowers that I could see that seems visible and at least any sort of visually appealing, I would say. I'll just pluck them as without snipping them or anything. I'll pluck them and then put them in the vase.
You do this. It takes time. You have an eye for art and beauty, Remy, so you do this meticulously. You pluck and choose, and almost like a father tending to his child. You craft something beautiful here. And as you do this, our eyes are cast back over, once more, toward the Phoenix Trotting Park. Kaida, Lola, Friday is with you, of course. Learning from Renee. And they've just revealed the name of their patron, Dominic Tulloch, the heir to Mithras.
2 questions. Is there a roll I can make to recall any information about the cult of Mithras? And how does Kaida look? Or no, Kaida was talking to Julian, or Kaida's here now?
I was talking to Julian, but there would have been a moment in which I would have went back to the group.
Okay.
So it's up to the ST kind of where Kaida's at.
Absolutely. You were you had been speaking with Julian and kind of learning about his interest, his interest in the Sabbat and their philosophies, their teachings. But you absolutely could have gone back over to Lola. So you both may be part of the conversation if you wish.
If you wanted to know how Kaida responds to this news, she does not move. She does not say anything. But I think you, knowing her for as long as you have at this point, you would simply see the smallest twitch of her eye and clench of her jaw at hearing this news.
As far as a roll, Lola, in this moment, having to sort of be kind of quick about this recovering, wits and occult, if you kindly.
Yeah. You know, I'm at 1 hunger. I'll risk it. I'll rouse. I don't get hungrier. We're doing good. Wow, that's really bad. And for your games, or for rules as written, it's recovering willpower every session?
Yes, I do willpower as rules as written. It's every session, equal to either your composure or your resolve, whichever is higher.
Okay. I'm gonna willpower reroll. Okay, 3 successes. Total.
3 successes. Cult of Mithras. It's difficult to gather. You won't know their mysteries or anything like that, but what you know is sort of on the tin. They worship an ancient Methuselah called Mithras. You'd heard rumors that something happened to him in London. He was the steward or king or something of London. He ruled London. And recently, well, I say recently, within the past 10 so years, had been rumored to have been killed, destroyed, fallen. No one's really sure. But the Cult of Mithras has been adamant that he would return again and rise again to right his cult. You don't know any of their mysteries, their practices, or their customs, really, but you know that they worshipped an ancient Methuselah who claimed to be a sort of sun god, a bull god. He was the Roman Mithras.
Lola, there's definitely a pause that hangs in the air as Lola recalls this information and thinks to herself, how many like vampires are actually cultists now that I think about it? Like, what's going on? Before she says, okay, what could be in the box that this heir would be interested in, Renee?
They look to the two of you and kind of around the room. If you'll be joining us fully, I suppose there's no reason in being vague about it. It's a subject of discussion between Nathaniel and I have a theory that it might be a very influential and powerful elder. One that once ruled over Mexico City. I think it holds a key venture. Someone that my patron might have some keen interest in, would help further his cause.
Would I have at any point heard rumors of this person?
With your history, no role necessary. I think that things kind of sprinkle into you, unfortunately, with how much you've distanced yourself from your sire and his teachings, his beliefs. There's still an unfortunate things when you are raised a certain way. Certain things are going to make your ears perk up. You would have known that Fiorenza Savannah, a very key and influential Ventru, ruled over Mexico City for the Camarilla, was the prince of Mexico City after the Sabbat had left and been sort of ushered out.
You speak of Fiorenza.
I do.
There is just a look that passes from Kaida to Lola. Outwardly calm, but there's just like the slight shrinking of pupil that lets Lola know, hey, this is not great. To hear that right now, given the state of Phoenix. And Kaida will look back at Renee and nod. From our sources, perhaps we have a few days to figure out how to acquire these books.
Excellent. As I said, it's a discussion of note that Nathaniel and I have had on many occasions. But regardless of what's inside, Montalvo wants it for some reason. Nathaniel intends to lure him out with it, promises of a trade. I wonder what you all intend to do. Should we acquire its contents?
I will say this. Nathaniel will die. Montalvo will make no such trade. And he is strong enough to know that he can take Nathaniel out. And no one will miss him. Perhaps a better plan might need to come to fruition.
No one will miss him. And their eyes kind of glance quickly over to you, Lola.
Can I ask for a composure resolve roll?
By all means.
Kaida is very much trying to, like, in a way, help Lola by making it seem like she's simply here to help with the actual task at hand, as opposed to Nathaniel having any emotional control over her.
3 successes.
3 successes. You don't need to reveal anything to Renee, whether subconsciously or consciously.
Yeah, Lola doesn't, her face doesn't betray her. The glance, she meets Renee's eyes. The glance exchange is quick. There's nothing there to see.
Renee speaks and says, whenever we have the box, we can decide what to do with it. As I said, if I'm correct, then I'm sure there'll be a disagreement, a discussion between Nathaniel and myself, but regardless, he intends to use the promise of its contents, a trade, to kill Montalvo. What are your aspirations? Would you aid him in this? Or are you just along for the ride?
Well, I only just now found out what's in the box. Potentially. I mean, I want Montalvo's... I don't want him working to destroy the city more than he already has anymore.
Renee nods as Julian rises and rejoins this conversation. Says, we don't know for sure if it's this Forenza Savannah. I have my own theories, but I'll keep those to myself until we can pry the thing open. But glad to hear you guys are all on board.
Everything in Kaida forces herself to not roll her eyes. But it's Julian's particular interest in what could be in the box that pings, like, if it's not Fiorenza, it might be something Sabat in nature. And that's something that Kaida cannot have in the city. Yes. All on board. I wonder, with all the moves that Montalvo has made, the why. Why does he want this particular box? Many boxes have come and gone from this military base. Why this one? Is it by chance not Fiorenza at all, but a weapon?
Renee begins to speak, but Julian sort of gives a chuckle and speaks over them and says, well, from what I understand, Fiorenza is a very prominent Ventru and could be used as a bargaining chip. Perhaps a gift to the Camarilla on high. The tables have layers from what I can understand. So maybe, just maybe, if they can retrieve this woman, then it's a gift to her sponsors, or maybe even just to her. Either way, it's a pretty big favor. Someone I don't think even, if I'm remembering correctly, the Venture wouldn't forget. They wouldn't be able to. They have this sort of respect and responsibility system in play. And he eyeballs Renee, and you can see forcing themselves not to roll their eyes as well.
How fascinating. Either way, we will all be present, I think, when the box needs securing. But we will have to speak with Remy before we lay down an actual plan, at least on our end.
Well, have you heard back yet? And this is where we'll pause this scene. Remy, you had received a text message from your cohorts of a location where they were meeting Nathaniel. As you have assembled your bouquet, I must know if you are intent on making your way over there or staying in for the evening.
I will head over there, but there are two things I need to deal with first. First of all, how's the little gift doing after all the flowers have been plucked out?
Still alive. Still very much alive, in great deal of pain. Just a little less colorful.
Can I add a note? There are clear signs on his body as you've plucked away the flowers. There are clear signs of a ritual having happened. And as you were plucking the flowers, their roots kind of unfurling from the various spots that they were at, the flowers were living off of his blood. So you would sort of see, like, they were almost breathing in time with his breath.
Realizing this, I replace the water in the vase with I'll just like kind of pour out the water with the vase, and then reach over to the guy, to Simon, and just, I don't normally deal in pain, prolonged at least. So it is unfortunate that you're in this state, but I forgive you. And then with that, I'm going to use Lethal Body to just draw a line around his neck and fill the vase with whatever comes out.
You do this. It feels quickly. I would like a rounds check from you, Remy.
Yes. Success.
Perhaps not your particular vintage, Remy. You don't get hungrier. You're able to compose yourself, even despite the filling of the vase.
With that, I'll just kind of pluck his head and just place it next to him, and then walk downstairs and put the bouquet in my private chambers as I get dressed and changed. And for the evening, I have gone with kind of like a more tie-dye shirt, but it's textured with waves, as well as kind of like a much lighter blazer that even has kind of like frays that have been purposefully made artistically. And then also at the very end, the necklace is a Bodhi nut from a Bodhi fruit, kind of polished into this little gem here, as I will head over to that address.
Excellent. You do this, Remy, and our eyes follow you for a time as you are. I must ask, the coordinates you received from Lola, you know the location. The Phoenix Riding Park, again, was once a horse race track that was closed almost immediately and then demolished shortly after. You know that the area is going to be dirt, rock, gravel. Are you taking... I don't assume you're taking your supercar.
No, I'm taking the SUV.
Understood.
Because I mean, I might have to pick people up after that.
Indeed. You do this, and our vision follows the car for a time before speeding up past once more, back down into the earth beneath the soil, once more back into the underground where this resistance is being mounted. Nathaniel comes over and joins your conversation and says, I don't mean to interrupt, but Julian, can I borrow you for a second? And Julian smiles and says, of course. You, if you need anything, you guys are kind of in a group, kind of niching off? Clicking up? Spread out! There's other people to talk to, you can... Okay, whatever. You guys do you. Nathaniel and Julian leave.
Do they leave the room?
They step off to the side, and they go upstairs into that sort of hallway area where you had gone. So yes, in short, yes, they leave the room.
Kaida looks at Lola and just little shake of her head before she says, I do not like him.
No, me neither. But if we're gonna figure out what's going on and figure out what's going on with this box, I guess we need him.
For now.
If it makes you feel any better, no one cares for Julian. They tolerate him. He's been instrumental in organization and information acquirement.
What's his story? Where's he from?
Not far off from here, from what I understand. He's had a lot to do, from what I understand, in Tucson, and was in Texas for a time. What he was doing, it's a little bit of a mystery, but from what I understand, he was assisting a courier.
Did this courier have a name?
None that I would know. I also understand if you truly don't wish to speak with him at length, I would keep the topic of novels and writing in and of itself to yourselves. He dabbled in authorship for a time. It didn't take.
Not surprising. Although, fascinatingly enough, from what I've heard, there were Sabbat in Texas.
Indeed there were.
Just kind of casts this, knowing glance. Before she turns to Renee and says, about your group. That woman. Is she mortal or one of us?
Bianca. Nathaniel's latest acquirement, from what I understand. No, she's not mortal. She's Duskborn, and been in hiding since she was turned in the city. No one knows who her sire is, not even she does.
I see. Interesting. Well, I'm going to take out my phone and I am going to message the group chat and simply, where are you? To Remy.
I will just say on my way.
Thumbs up in response.
Renee, as you pull out your phone, kind of looks at the two of you and says, I'll leave you to gather. I know this is a lot to take in. But I'm going to, if it's alright with you, borrow Friday for a moment. I think that she was correct in that the prince was trying to pit us against one another, distract us. I think that we need to have a conversation, and perhaps there may be an apology that I owe them.
Please?
They give a nod, and they depart, going over to Friday, who's kind of looking over this book that has been, not abandoned, but left alone from Julian. And the two of you have a moment sort of alone as everyone else set about their tasks. I will ask, before any conversation comes up, for a wits and awareness roll.
Cool. 4 successes on a crit.
7
So
successes on a crit.
7 and 4 on crits. Understood. Easily seen that no one's really paying attention to you, save for one. Bianca is giving a sort of stink eye from across the room as they work with a piece of paper and a pencil glancing up every once in a while, sort of lip curled up and eyes fixed on Lola.
I just
Lola will meet Bianca's gaze, as in a show of like, I know you're looking at me. You're not slick, but not do anything more before turning back to Kaida and saying, so what do you think about all of this about Fiorenza and Mithras and all this? This is a lot of names.
It is a lot of canite bullshit, but either way we will handle it, is what I think. I know enough about Vendova. He'd eradicate Nathaniel and whomever else he can get his hands on to get that box.
Yeah. What? Well, I know when Remy gets here and when Friday's back, we'll discuss it further, but what do we do after the boxes? We find it.
Well, here are our options. We outsmart your ex and take the box for ourselves. That is the least bloodshed. We play a game. Keep Moldova close. Or we wait till Remy gets here and we kill everyone in the room except for Renee. Because either way, this is not going to go the way they think it will.
No.
None of them are making comment about the fact that perhaps the box is being followed by SI. It will not be unprotected.
Certainly not. And speaking of SI, with my 7 crit, can I tell if anyone's got trying to listen, maybe with heightened senses or?
With your crit with 7, no one. Everyone else is hard at work at their tasks, and you can see screens changing. You can see the individual who's on the laptop is kind of glancing up every once in a while, not looking at you, but glancing up at the screens and zooming in on license plates, taking things down, zooming in on people's faces, taking notes down. No, everyone's working here. Even Bianca's looking over at you, and it's not for any real purpose. It's just a sort of almost like a tick, like she can't control it.
Weird wording. As noticing that, I'll just kind of lean in a little closer. Say, what about what we learned about Patermaster? What he thinks the SI are holding.
I would say Patermaster is no fool. If he believes that they are holding those that we know, it is likely true. And the only way we are going to get them out is with more information from Montalvo.
The door opens, and Nathaniel and Julian step back in, and they both make a beeline straight to the two of you. And Julian speaks up and says, "Good news! We have a sort of a task for the two of you if you're up for it. We have to make a delivery tonight. As I said, we have to get rid of this book, but we have someone we're supposed to give it to, and I'm needed here. I have to have a few more phone calls to make and some people to meet. I wondered if perhaps as a sort of starter run, you two could make a drop off for me."
Of course.
I'm glad Lola's glad Kaida spoke up because she's about to be very snippy. And she shakes her head. Sure. What are we dropping off?
Nathaniel kind of points to the book that Friday's combing over. "You're giving back something. We have a contact in Mesa that we have to give their property back to.
Who wants that?
Julian speaks up, cutting Nathaniel off, and says, like we said, contact in Mesa. Friend of ours that's been very helpful with the situation down there.
We need to know what we're getting ourselves into, Julian. And she'll look to Nathaniel. She'll meet his eyes, and she'll say, I mean, unless you want us to potentially walk into something we don't know, maybe get hurt. And I would like to beg the ST to let me make some sort of charisma roll with Ingenue.
Sure. Against Nathaniel or Julian?
Your dealer's choice.
Well, I need to know from you, because I need to know which dice pool I'm rolling against you.
Oh, fair enough. Nathaniel.
Understood. Go ahead and give me... How are you going about this? How do you think that Lola's going about this? Sort of making a logical argument? Is this a persuasion type of deal in terms of, again, logic, or are you kind of batting your eyes, playing on your previous relationship? What's the vibe here, Lola?
Oh, she's definitely batting her eyes and emphasizing the unless you want us to get hurt.
Go ahead and give me charisma. And I'm going to give you a choice here of charisma persuasion or charisma subterfuge. And you don't need to tell me which.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna rouse. So... Oh, I get hungrier. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, ready when you are.
By all means.
7 on a crit.
Let's fucking go.
2 with a bestial failure.
Rock.
And you can see Nathaniel immediately begin to speak up and say, we've kept it close to our chest. We try to keep things segmented, so if one of us is caught, then we can't really talk about it. And he looks to Julian and says, they do need to know what they're getting into. And Julian speaks up and says, I would feel more comfortable if there was a little more of a guarantee. No offense, Lola, but you were kind of cagey the entire time we're at the storage unit. I didn't really get the greatest of vibe. Didn't really get the works well with others mentality.
Julian, I got you information from Sergeant Baker about the package. I'm a primogen, for God's sake, and I haven't said a word.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But I've been around long enough where I know Kindred do play the long game. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who you're meeting if we have a little more guarantee that we can all trust one another. Is that okay? That sound... It's colloquial. Is that all right with everybody? Nathaniel kind of looks to you, Lola, and says... Or doesn't say anything. And Julian continues and says... I think that maybe if I knew you had the group's best interest at heart, I'd feel more comfortable giving you more information. Just a teensy bit. So I propose just a 1-night guarantee. 1 night where you drink just a little bit from someone I know that is loyal.
I'll look to Kaido with a very, like, are you serious? And I'll look at Daniel with that same look.
Ida looks like she wants to take Julian's top the fuck off. Like, she looks so mad.
And it isn't... I want to make it clear. I'm not asking for a blood bond to me. I'm not asking for a consistent thing. But from what I understand, you two were broodmates, so I mean, what's a little sip between old friends? Just for my peace of mind, Lola.
Talking, Nathaniel. And she'll hold out her hand, or his hand, the way they used to.
Give me wits insight.
Ida is going to position herself so that Bianca sees this.
I'm so petty.
Petty till the day I die.
2, 3. 3 successes.
You catch, before he contains himself. Lola, you know that this is taking Nathaniel off guard. This wasn't previously discussed. However, he is elated. This is control. This is you feeling for him. This is going to force you to care, even for one night, more than you have, more than he's seen in years. And the act he puts on next is careful, methodical. A practiced hesitation as he pulls his hand forward and then pulls it back just by a few millimeters, as if he wants to hesitate. But you know it's a lie. And he offers you his wrist with words that are false. Are you sure about this?
She'll look at him. She'll just glance into his eyes for a moment and not say anything before taking his wrist into her mouth. And if this is what helps him sleep during the day, then he can believe whatever he wants.
And Lola, you drink. How much do you take?
I'll take 1 dot of hunger, because fuck him, that's why. Not in the fun way.
You drink. And things come rushing back. Bianca witnesses and watches Kaida. You can see her mouth kind of open. She looks hurt. Julian smiles, and you can't hear him, Lola, but Kaida, you do. He says, "There we go." But you don't hear that, Lola. You remember the taste. It's blood that also runs through your veins. It's not just Nathaniel's. It's Lydia's. It tastes like control. It tastes like witness. Like something that's always been there watching. And the next part is strange. It's a love. A blossom within your chest. A budding rose. Something that is now being watered once more, that has been left to desecrate and was almost close to death, now tasting just a bit of liquid once more. And you look at Nathaniel, and the blood bond is longing. It's something that would establish and make you feel something for him. Well, 1-step blood bond, even for one night, is just... it's enough to change somebody. And you look at Nathaniel and you feel nothing. You don't feel any different. Because Lola, you had completed your desire, not just the first desire you set, but the last session's desire. We didn't have a gift to give you, because you had willpower already. Please mark that you have the merit unbondable. Never to be controlled again. You take this one rouse check's worth of hunger. And you can see his face. Elation. His eyes are closed. You don't need to mask just yet, as Julian is standing sort of behind you.
She'll pull back. Well, she'll remove her teeth and lick the wound close. And while still kind of holding on to his hand, look over at Julian and say, "Satisfied?"
Incredibly so. You're meeting one person. It belongs to what was their group, their organization, their little family. They go by the name of Max. And they're a visitor in Phoenix. Just here temporarily. But they've been very helpful, at least the rest of their family has been, in keeping us eyes on the ground in Mesa.
And she'll look back to Nathaniel and kind of like give him his hand back, essentially.
He says, "You have my number. Let me know if there's anything crazy that goes on, okay?"
Yeah, Kaida, do you want to wait for Remy to get here? Because he's on his way.
Why don't we go outside? But first, I'd like to have a little conversation with Nathaniel. I will meet you out there.
Sure. And as she kind of looks to Julian as in acknowledgement, looks to Nathaniel in acknowledgement, she'll start to walk by him, and she'll put her hand kind of on his shoulder before walking past him.
And Julian escorts you out, taking the book, explaining that they're going to borrow Friday for the time being, for the evening, and get them situated with the camera situation. They've expressed some interest, apparently, while they were going over the Book of Nod, about surveillance, what exactly the safety protocols are, as Friday's expressed concern about the Second Inquisition gaining access to all of this. So Friday will remain here. But Kaida, you have a moment alone with Nathaniel.
At first, she just stares at him, looking him in the eyes, and she's drawn closer to him and positioned herself so that essentially they're both almost facing the computers and things where everybody is. And she just says, casually, kind of under her breath, "It didn't work, did it?"
I don't know what you mean.
Someone as young as you, when you turn someone, they almost always become Duskborn. And her eyes fall on Bianca.
He kind of laughs. You think I made her?
I think you acquired her because you are lonely. How you went about this, well, that's your secret to keep.
After what I saw happen with Lola and myself, I told myself I'd never make another. I'd never put someone through that. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed some of the gifts I've been given. But this is a fight, Kaida. Not all of us can dance the night away. Some of us want to do something about the government that we have.
You do not know me well enough to make such accusations, but let me educate you on something, boy. I was there, fighting, when the colonizers took my land. So I'm accustomed to a fight. And the best way to win the fight is make them think you're doing something over here while you do something over there. You should know.
But I notice, can't really help but notice, you're not on your island. And yet you're gonna stand here and accuse me of trying to put someone exactly what you went through. Conscripting them into a war.
Is that not what you're doing? She is here, fighting in your war.
I call for soldiers that are willing.
I do hope that your intentions with my dear Lola are pure.
You know, it's funny hearing the you better be nice to my daughter speech from you. It's ironic because I've given that speech a whole lot when it comes to people in Lola's life, long before you set foot off your island. So I hope your intentions are pure with my Lola.
Kaida smiles, and it is the biggest smile that she has ever given. Just shark teeth in her mouth. A mother always protects her daughter. And she will leave.
You leave. Lola, for your knowledge, Julian has been yapping your ear off the entirety of this hallway, this length of hallway, discussing, really giving information about the Book of Nod, what it contains, and the philosophy of Cainites, and how much he admires their free thought and form. It's the faith he can't really get behind. It's just, he thinks that they were too ahead of their time, and the thing that holds them back is their worship. But he's been yapping your ear off the entire length of this hallway.
Lola, I think something happened in Lola's, something clicked in her brain when she didn't feel the old, call them butterflies, she felt before. And rather than looking exasperated or bored or annoyed, she looks like she's actually listening. And engaging in the conversation, asking questions, and she says, you don't think that faith has a place in such an organization?
In which organization? Ours or
In any?
I don't think faith. You know that old adage, faith can move mountains?
Yeah.
Well, if two faiths are pushing the same mountain in opposite directions, what do we think is happening there? You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know. Mountain's gonna move somewhere eventually. One's gonna win out, or it'll crumble. Really depends on the fates that are battling each other. I think, Julian, that you should give a little bit more credit where it's due. Spiritual centers are a powerful thing.
Maybe.
I mean, just look at the state of the world right now.
Yeah. That's kind of my issue with it, though. The state of the world right now. There's a lot that can be said about faith. Don't get me wrong. I just think that it was a limiter for them. They're almost all gone now, you know? Because they tried to move the same mountain.
You know, at some point, we should get together and talk more about this when we're not pressed for time. I'm interested to hear your take.
I'd like that. I'd really like that. Yeah, we'll get together. And Kaida, as you arrive at the end of the hallway. Julian kind of gives you both a wave. Give Max my best.
Sure thing. And I'll get in the driver's seat. Actually, no. I'll just, I won't get the driver's seat. I will just kind of look at the book, look at Takeda.
As a note. Continue, please.
Oh, no, I was just say, just wait for Julian to leave. Leave us alone. That's all.
He does, and as a note, during this conversation, you were given the meeting place in which you would meet Max. So you have the location. But you two are alone for the time being. Remy, it's been some time. I'll allow you to insert yourself whenever you think you might show up.
Once I know that Julian's out of earshot, I still have Sense the Unseen active, so I could see if he's obfuscated.
Yeah, and then.
So...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, please continue.
Oh no, I'll just essentially when you guys are ready. If you guys wanted to have a conversation or something like that, then sure. But if you whenever you guys are ready, I'll be just kind of driving right by.
Okay. No, just making sure that we're not being listened in on as we wait, and then just saying, we'll talk about it more when Remy gets here, but I don't like Julian. Not only because he's annoying.
I do not trust any of them.
Then we're on the same page.
How much do you want to bet Max is a bot?
You know, if I had a ton of money, I wouldn't be afraid to bet with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope that's not the case. And she unfurls her metal hand. You just hear the sound of metal grating on metal. And though the nails on that hand are incredibly sharp. And you can see a kind of fervor appear on her face at the thought of killing a Sabbat. And then she looks to you and she says, "You know, you could kill her."
Who?
The Duskborn.
Oh. That is so low on my list of priorities right now. I think it would be easier, well, better, if I kept the peace and made Nathaniel think that I'm on his side.
Wise. You know, one thing that Duskborn all crave is to be fully kindred.
And what a thought that is, as Lola kind of chuckles and looks out to the road.
I'll be around and just kind of drive right next to him, roll down the window and just, I think you guys need a ride.
We do.
Where's
Remy,
Friday?
Remy, for your note, it was a pain in the ass to get here. It's just as a note, everything, you came here sort of on a dilapidated road because this place had been demolished, and essentially drove up to what was originally the main entrance, the two metal sort of gates that were supposed to be chained up. Just have a chain loosened over, you had to get out of your car, undo that, and drive further, and essentially pick out the rubble heap that looked like it would be able to house an entryway.
Sounds good.
Friday is beneath with them getting acquainted with their tech. We have a delivery to make.
And you trust that she's safe?
If Renee is there, I trust that they are safe. We have much to tell you.
And I'm all ears. Get in.
Kaida will go into the back seat.
I'll sit in the passenger. I left Friday. I should have said this earlier. I left Friday my keys.
Understood. And as you begin to drive and begin to pass information along, Remy, I didn't call for one on your way here, but I'm certainly going to call for one now as you drive
Drive
from
check.
what was once the parking of Phoenix Trotting Park down to Mesa. I need a drive check.
I thought so. Will still use my rapid reflexes for it.
Smart. It's snowbird season.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. We are at 5 successes.
Excellent. And I'm sure that there will be questions, or like maybe it's sprung into your minds, dear viewers at home. You know, surely Ramos isn't willing to derail the entire plot to show the Phoenix traffic being that bad to cause a car wreck. I absolutely fucking am. This place is a hellhole. But with 5 successes and rapid reflexes, not a problem, Remy. You get past the white trucks that think they're cool. You get past people that cut you off, people that don't use their fucking blinkers, the people that cut across 6 lanes of traffic to get off at an exit they should have clearly seen coming up from 2 miles away if they learned how to fucking read. You're able to navigate all that with expertise. And as you do so, our camera falls away from you. We find ourselves following 2 individuals. Max. Richie's with you, and complaining. Once again, now that they're out in the open, it's just the 2 of you. I just don't understand why... Like, I don't... Why? Like, we could just leave. You know, the first place we round up at ended up getting fucking firebombed, so... Why are we staying at this place?
No, I keep telling you, I can't. I can do anything. Like, you understand? I can do anything. But in this moment, it's just not possible. It's not possible.
You haven't
tried.
had a drink with them in, like...
It's still right there. And, you know, Diego's been all about, like, we gotta get it back together. And it's just like, nah. We don't have time. We gotta make sure it's all right. And there's only so many excuses I can make for why they don't get to eat you.
I know! I'm looking like I'm a fucking hors d'oeuvre. So can we go? Can we just fucking leave? Is that where we? Speaking of leaving, you haven't told me where we're going now. Like, are we leaving the mall? Are we going off property? Do we have a car? Did you get a car in the last time I saw you? Like,
you can drive in here? Are you crazy? No. Here's a plan. We're gonna talk to Julian, and we're gonna see if he's got somewhere, and then maybe I can taste the door, man. I can taste it's right there. The door's right there, and it's almost closed. It's so close to being closed.
No one says that.
I'm saying, people need to fucking listen. This is why we got firebombed the first time and the last time.
Well, where's the chick now that you saw? That like, can we reach out to her and see if maybe
that's what
we can...
I'm gonna ask Julian about. Is if he knows this chick, okay?
Max, I'm just so fucking tired. The amount of times I've had to it happens even when you're not around. You know, they assume that I'm like, I have to like choose my words very carefully. You know how many times I've had to call you master or my liege, and I think they're catching on because I think I said my liege once and Diego looked at me like I was speaking Greek, which is weird because I think he speaks fucking Greek.
I think Diego might actually like have like be like places. I don't know. I don't really talk. They just kind of brought me in. And then the way Julia looks at me sometimes, I think they're gonna try and do it again, but like not in the same way. I don't even know how that works. But like, we can't eat another person like this again. I can't do it. I can't keep doing this, man. I gotta get you out of here. At least like I gotta get you out.
And I appreciate that, but I feel like it's like a step forward and like 6 back. You know what I mean? We're in this parking lot, this parking structure, and it's. I miss water, Max. I miss. I know that you guys have like your senses are a little more heightened, so you know I stink, man. You know I fucking stink.
I can smell me. I don't even have like I have.
Yeah,
a smell.
but you don't.
It's
sweat,
pretty good
though.
when it's
you
not
don't sweat,
like.
though. I do. I'm sticky,
Right.
man. Always.
Yeah, you're gooey, and that's not cool, man. Like you gotta maybe Julian at least like a shower. Oh man, I would kill for like some dry shampoo right now or something, man. Like anything.
You know, at least in Mexico
I'm
we could
gonna
just walk into somebody's house. You know, I'll say that for them. They at least like were cool with just taking stuff, and I miss that aspect. I miss it sucked to have to move all the time, but I miss the showers. I miss being able to kind of take food.
And having to remind them that you have to eat is a huge inconvenience. I'm sorry, but like they don't get it in the same like like the twins are pretty like new, but
the last thing I ate was for sure expired. It was,
yeah.
And I don't think, I didn't think canned food really could expire like that, but it was for sure expired.
Yeah, we had to deal with that when we were kids, though, so it's kind of like maybe a way that we're still connected to them, you know?
And as this conversation is happening, Max, you're supposed to meet Julian so you can get this book back for your friends and your loved ones. Well, let's call them that. But where are you planning to meet Julian?
So, what Max planned to do was sit and wait, act like they're just like waiting for a ride somewhere. And kind of have Richie in the back. But is looking around the area and trying to listen. Again, just in case she has another warning.
You do this. Go ahead and roll me your wits plus your auspex.
Yeah, I can do that, and I would also like to turn on heightened senses.
You absolutely may.
What hunger am I at?
Oh, buddy. I think that it really depends on you. Are you willing to feed off Richie?
Yeah, just so I can maybe take my pack in a fight.
You're at 1 hunger.
Okay. Alright, wits and auspex. With heightened surroundings? Yeah, okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it doesn't matter if it's a 6 or 9. 4 successes.
4 successes. And you listen. You go to the designated sort of bus stop area. Obviously out of service, because the Fiesta Mall has been demolished for some time. What really remains is the underground parking structure where your friends and loved ones are residing. This bus stop, not in use. You don't look out of place as you wait for Julian to arrive. And you listen. Richie takes his space in the back, sort of watching, making sure that everything's going to be alright. And you see a car along the road driving. It's not like the others that have passed by this place, but just on their way home. This one looks different. And they pull up. And the car turns off. And you see a man step out of the driver's seat. In this blue sort of, almost like a blazer, but not quite, a tie-dye shirt. This woman with black makeup painted across her eyes. But that's not exactly what catches your eye. It's the third person stepping out. The woman, dark skin, black hair and braids, and golden eyes. The woman you saw that warned you. in the flesh, not in the web. It's not Julian, though. And as you look back to Richie, he's like... And you look back, and that woman is gone. Now standing before you is a different woman. The other two are the same. The golden eyes are gone, the braids. This isn't Julian. What are you gonna do?
What you guys see is this person that's like standing at about like 5'7" in a hoodie. It is disgusting. It is covered in bits of rubble and dirt. The hair is, for some reason, kind of greasy. And the face is kind of like androgynous, but the weird part is they have one very dark eye and one that's bright blue. And is just hyper focused on Lola. You were her. You're her, but you're not Where's Julian? Where's You're her. You saved me.
I'll ask this before the scene continues. Who has the book in their hands? Continue.
We haven't met. You were expecting Julian?
Yeah, no. He said he was gonna show up, but no, you hurt. No, I fuck Julian. He didn't show up. No, you though. You. How do you know her? I wanna thank her at least, or if she knows anything else, like please. I'm great. Like you can trust me. I'm on the level. Like come on, please, just like.
You are Max?
Yeah. I'm Max. And Max reaches out a hand and like wipes it off. Yeah, no. Oh, I like this really neat. My gran used to like knit some stuff like that. Oh.
He holds out a metal hand to take his.
Oh man, that's it's cold. It's okay. I'm cold too, but like don't like get too much. Like, yeah.
Seems like you need a shower.
Oh, do you have a shower?
We could get you one if you need one.
Just me and my cousin.
And you see another individual kind of lurking in the back. Max, you've described yourself. What do they see when they see Richie?
Richie is actually a little bit taller than Max. They said cousin, and there's a vague family resemblance, but where Max is on my dad was white, Richie definitely has that more native look to him, as well as like the Hispanic background. His hair is completely covered in gore that he has tried to brush away. His t-shirt is ratty. It looks like his whole back is tore up from where he's got this jacket on and looks exhausted.
Can I scan the area with heightened senses really quick? Or not heightened senses, sense the unseen.
Absolutely.
Kaida simply says, "Pobrecito," and it means, like,
yeah, no, you don't have to feel bad for me. Like, no, you're good. We're good. I'm great actually.
Her eyes are on the other, not on
and
Max.
Is getting your attention. Max is getting in front of Richie, basically, being like, "Nah, pay attention to me. I'm great."
Can I do a insight check on that?
Absolutely. I'll ask Max if you would like to try to like finagle this and try to use some subterfuge. You absolutely may, to see if you can try to hide your intent. So a wit's insight, you said, Remy?
Mm-hmm.
against
Okay.
Max. Your manipulation subterfuge. And then Lola was the result of your roll.
I roused, got hungrier, willpower rerolled, and I got 5 successes.
What does that bring your hunger to?
2.
You feel
6
the beast.
on a crit. Sorry.
No problem. I see a
Ooh.
6 and a 2. Understood. I'll get to that very shortly. Lola, you feel the beast begin to stir. It's not in your ear just yet, but you can feel it sort of use your spine as a ladder as it crawls up your back. It's waking up. And you know you'll hear it soon. And as you scan the area, you don't see anybody with Sense the Unseen lurking in the shadows or hiding unseen. But what catches you is almost like a horror movie. That dark eye of Max's is gold, like Lydia's. And you swear just behind Max, where their left eye is dark, or was dark, now is gold, is Lydia's right eye, as her face peers from behind him. And in a second it is gone. Simply not there. Remy and Max. Remy, you can see that Max is trying to draw attention away from Richie. Trying to keep him sort of as almost like a background prop to keep it out of sight, out of mind.
I'll just use a hand and be like, move to the side a little bit, kind of beckon it.
I can totally get closer. I know the face, right? Yeah, I get it. And it's gonna step closer.
What's his name?
Oh, it's not important. We're just here for.
Well, there's
You know.
2 of you, and nobody else. I got your name. I would like his.
Richie speaks up and says, Max, you know it's practiced. If my master wills it.
Gosh.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. I guess.
I would like to do a thing. When I hear if my master wills it, can I see if I can confirm my suspicions about Max?
What are your suspicions about Max?
That he's Sabat.
Wits and insight. I'll warn you now, given just what we have at base upon this meeting so far, it's a relatively high roll that you would need. But
So the reason, just so that you know the thought process, Kaida believes this because, one, the book of Nod.
Oh yeah.
There are a few people who would truly be interested in that. And then secondly, because of Julian and Julian's sort of hyperfixation on the Sabat. So just so you know why she's putting those things together.
No, absolutely tracking your train of thought.
Manipulation and subterfuge?
Yeah, by all means.
We're gonna rouse the blood.
Remy, from your
I'm burning a willpower.
While this roll's going on, Remy, and all of you would hear that Richie speaks up and says, "My master calls me Richie, a name that I was given, that I've been allowed to keep."
I see. Then, Richie, take a deep breath. Calm down. We're not here to hurt you or anything, but you do seem rather disheveled. Both of you.
6 on a crit.
I think one success was a bestial failure. When Richie said master, Max visibly flinched.
Kinda, you see it. Max is uncomfortable with this line of questioning, this whole situation. And it's not because of necessarily you. It's interesting. It's the fact that Richie is the focus. Max is trying to keep Richie safe. As far as confirmation, if they are Sabat, it's difficult to tell. But even Sabat, which you know, they wouldn't necessarily care about their ghouls like this.
Also, Max slipped and said cousin.
Kaida will, almost like in affirming what Remy has said, looks at Max and her face. She is beautiful. And her face takes on this like incredibly warm, maternal expression. And she says, "You have nothing to worry about. I know how important family is."
Oh.
Now,
Yeah.
here's-
Family.
Now here's my thing. And I'm just going to walk over to Lola and tap the book. And just to reiterate, because Kaida also already mentioned, Remy is almost like inhumanly pretty. Like, probably very, very rarely see someone like this. But just very casually, I'll tap the book.
And Lola, this brings you out of this sort of, not shock maybe, but where you had seen Lydia lurking behind Max. This brings you back to the moment. Please continue.
Yes.
And then I'll just... So from what I know, and the information that we've gathered, this book that we're supposedly giving to a Max, I would say it is a hot commodity of some sort. Yet, you don't seem to be as impressed by the book as you are wanting to protect your so-called ghoul. So what are your priorities, Max? I'm just interested in knowing.
My family sent me here to get the book. That's what I'm here for.
Who's your
When
family?
Remy tapped the book, Max hadn't been paying attention to it at all. Eyes were focused on Lola.
Max, you would have seen Lola kind of fixating on you for a moment. Please continue, Lola. I apologize.
Who's your family?
Just the people I'm with right now.
And the people you're with right now didn't allow either of you a shower?
It's not really a shower where we're at. Do you know her? With her eyes and she's beautiful. Like, I know I look good, but she puts me to shame.
Lydia?
Is that her name?
Yeah.
She's got really, really pretty skin. Like, with the gold eyes, especially with the way she puts her locks up.
That's my sire.
Sire, could you get me into contact with her? I would love to thank her for everything she did for.
I don't know where she is. I haven't. She's not around.
No, she is. She told me that they were gonna bomb everything, and she got me out. But she got us out. We are a family.
Seems Lydia is making moves from the beyond. Wherever she may be.
Well, they are children of Malkav.
That's right, isn't it? She's looking at Max.
Yeah.
You are Malkavian?
Yeah. Yeah. You're not.
No, I am not.
You kind of remind me of Emma just a little bit. But yeah.
Emma?
Huh? Oh, we're supposed to. We got permission to be here. If that's an issue, we.
Not an issue at all. I am simply interested. Who is Emma?
Emma. No, Montalvo is who let us be here. Like, he told us it was okay.
Did he?
Yeah.
And
We have, what is the word? Hospitality.
No better moment than now to take our break. We'll see you all very, very shortly.
When I first came to this country, I had nothing.
Have you come to kill me?
I am simply descended from survivors, and I always survive.
life doesn't stop when you die.
My blood is not welcome in Camarilla cities.
Did you love your mother?
Dearly.
I did too. I'm not a fan of father.
Crying takes more breath. I've learned that the hard way.
Fuck, Roman. Fuck.
Everyone has a voice in my Phoenix. And welcome back. We hope you enjoyed your break. We had a great break of our own. This might be the only break I haven't been like sworn at in the in the interim. So this is interesting. A new one
There's
for me.
still time.
Yeah. We rejoin our coterie in the parking lot of what was once the Fiesta Mall, the demolished area of this dilapidated and destroyed, cleared area. Turn the scene back over to all of you. It's yours.
Well, I think that this handoff could be done rather quickly, or I would say beneficial to both parties. We could move somewhere else, somewhere with running water, or I'll kind of turn over and look to Richie, maybe a bite to eat.
Richie is going to make a composure resolve roll.
Max is just looking at the group, and then the minute running water is mentioned, stops focusing on Lola and just looks at Remy.
Richie looks like they're containing themselves, but very clearly has eyes darted over to you, Max, as you look back. It doesn't make a move to speak at all, but just looks at you, Max, and you can see very clearly the pleading. Remy, you see, maybe you don't see this, but this is the vibe here that is being given is a master looking to confirmation, or rather a servant looking for confirmation from their master.
Well, In exchange, just so that you don't think we're doing this for nothing, maybe we have a couple more questions that we'd like to ask.
Showers. A
Yes.
full meal.
I own a restaurant that has a hostel above it. It's rather close.
And I'll answer your questions because I'm pretty good at pretty much everything. So I probably have any answers you want, and if I don't have it in the moment, I can probably get it to you.
Sounds good.
Oh, in the book.
Will be within reach at all time. So whenever you want to leave, we will just drop it off. How does
So
that
that's your
sound,
car?
Lola?
That's fine. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Ida will open the door to the back seat and gesture for Max and Richie to get in.
Richie, get in the car. Let's go.
Yes, my lord. Gets in the car.
I have a question about the SUV. How big is like the trunk space? Could Kaida feasibly sit in it? Is the real question.
The trunk space? Yeah, no, for sure. It's like one of those like someone's compensating for something kind of SUVs.
I got it.
Is it
Okay.
is it like the three seater?
Yeah.
Pull
So
it up
okay.
from back. Okay, yeah. So once she shuts the door behind Richie and Max, she goes to the trunk and opens the back seat and climbs in and shuts it.
And you can see Richie very uncomfortable as he begins to kind of scramble to get in the back. Max, this is not done with your family. This is abominable for a Canite to be sitting in the back with a ghoul having a seat. And he scrambles in the back, Kaida, and insists, no, please, I apologize. I didn't mean to, I wasn't aware of the seating arrangements. I can sit in the back.
Be easy, darling. You are safe here.
Yeah, you're fine where you are. Okay.
None of those rules apply with us. She
When
says,
you
looking
say
at Max.
with us, who are you guys? Like I said, I was gonna meet Julian, and I don't know why he wouldn't want to come see me. I know, like, I understand our phone call was a bit weird, but you know, when things get kind of loud up in here, you just it's hard. Still rude. He owes me an apology, but
Yes, he does.
who are you?
I am Kaida. I suppose. Perhaps you would have heard the rumors. I am the dragon at Weaver's Needle.
Max, you haven't heard the Dragon of Weaver's Needle. You were given, information you were given is that you were welcome to the city. You are to remain in Mesa and lie fucking low.
I haven't heard of you, but you also haven't heard of me, so I think we call it even.
Mm-hmm. When Kaida had said those rules don't apply here, she looked at Max, but is then like finalizing her gaze on Richie, and she's looking to see the confirmation of Sabat.
He is incredibly uncomfortable. He doesn't believe you. He does not loosen up. It's only at Max's command. He remains in his seat and sits by Max's side.
His back is tore up, right? Richie's, I mean. His back is all torn up. Can I have 3 dots in medicine. And I would like to identify this carnage on his back. Does it look ritual? Does it look like lupine? Does it look like kindred? Like, what was this poor boy shredded by?
As you have some time, as he's facing away from you, I'm going to allow you a choice of either wits or intelligence and medicine.
Okay, I'm gonna do wits and wits and medicine.
And while that roll goes on, you guys may continue your conversation.
Yeah, I'm just driving towards let's just call it Starview. Starview Point is the restaurant slash hostel above the restaurant name, and I'd say it's probably fairly close. It's not that I have just things in Roosevelt Road. There's also other stuff that I have potential investments in, and as I drive, I'll just say, I was just filled in on everything a moment ago, so I'll let them explain why we're here. And I'll smile and continue driving.
With
Alright.
6 successes, Kaida, you can gather pretty well what happened here. There's no way to know for certain unless you ask from the horse's mouth. But what you see is the carnage. You can almost see it playing out. And I'll call on you, Max, to describe what may have happened to Richie.
Like they were talking about where everything's getting real thin. There's barely anything connecting the pack anymore. So when Max said that they were going to go meet with Julian, Diego said that Richie was going to stay. Max didn't agree. And as Diego tried to grab him and haul him back, you can now see where there's marks around Richie's wrist, where Max pulled him back. Because he's mine. I took him. From the moment his blood went into his mouth, he was mine, and he stays mine.
You should
We
learn
need
to
someone.
share, Max.
I do share. He does everything for all of us.
Times are
During
tough
the
for
day.
this family, Max.
And look at what Montalvo did. Okay, he gave us somewhere to stay. I'll talk when I go meet with Julian, and I'll get some blood. And we can always grab someone off the street. Okay.
Bring back
Someone's
the
gonna abandon.
book, and if he has any blood to give and he licks Richie's blood, you hope to God, you hope to Cain that he has blood with him. Because I'm getting real hungry, Max. And looks at Richie.
We're a family. We take care of our own, right? Just like the end. Go.
And you see the carnage, Kaida. A fight. Like dogs over a scrap of meat.
Ida will look at Max. Who did this to him?
We had a disagreement on Max.
Your family.
Yeah. The look on Max's face is anger. Maybe if you have it, some bandages too. If we could add that to the deal.
I can do better than that. If you'd let me. Not embrace him, don't worry. But I have a gift with the flesh.
I've no offense. When you say dragon, I've only seen certain things happen. You can just knit it back together and he won't hurt him, right?
Yes. It may
What-
sting a little.
What do you want for it?
Nothing.
No, everything costs.
Not everything.
Yeah, it does.
I told you. I understand family. This is my family. And she refers to Lola and Remy.
So when you were talking about your rules, the same as ours, or I know hospitality is one of like.
What are your rules?
Praise Cain, all that. Take what you can.
Everyone who may see Kaida. Kaida's eyes are like a silver gray, but the irises are shattered. They look almost like spider webbing in her eyes. And you say that and her eyes flash, and they suddenly look like the silver of lightning. We do not have the same rules, Max.
No, okay, all right. So, what are your rules? I'm a great listener. Just if you want to pitch it to me, that would be like what would you hypothetically, if someone were to want to be a part of whatever you got going on here, what rules?
Well, one of the rules: respect the masquerade.
The what?
The masquerade.
Oh, the yeah, okay. That's like the yeah, okay.
Yes. The next, follow the traditions. But I imagine you are not educated in what those are.
We got a bunch of them. Actually, seen quite a few.
And there are other rules, but relevant to this scenario. But we help each other.
And what's mine is mine, right? Right, what's mine is mine?
That is my favorite rule. To Lola and Remy, they'd be like, it's because she's a Samitsi. But yes, she says that's my favorite rule.
Lola looks in the rearview mirror. Can I catch the marks on Richie's wrists?
You do.
She'll like fully turn around. Seatbelt still on, but she'll like fully turn around to look at Richie. Your family did this?
He looks to Max.
You have permission to speak.
I would. We are being tested. And he recites words that aren't his. Max, you know these words are not. You know these words.
Yeah.
I flew into the darkness. I saw no source of light. And I was afraid. And alone. And Kaida, you recognize these words. They're a passage. But you know the next words that come.
You do not know the rest of the words, do you? I will tell you them. I was alone in the darkness and I grew hungry. I was alone in the darkness and I grew cold. I was alone in the darkness and I cried. Then there came to me a sweet voice, a honeyed voice, words of succor, words of surcease. A woman, dark and lovely, with eyes that pierced the darkness, came to me. She says this with passion. And I think flavor-wise, there's this sort of impact felt in the car, like a pulse coming from somewhere deep and dark within. And for a brief moment, Kaida is not there. You are looking at the eyes of something else, something older and ancient. And she smiles.
So that's how you know him, huh?
That's how I know her.
Lydia?
No.
The words that Kaida speaks this whole moment not that you're not present for it. But I think you might still be fixed on his wrists.
My grip
Well-
on the oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, please continue.
On the wheel kind of tightens to a point where the wheel kind of misshapens a little bit as the words were spoken. And I noticed the gaze kind of up onto the rearview mirror, and then I notice how Richie looks, and just, Richie, there is a compartment right next to you. There's a first aid kit there. Nothing else that's needed because Kaida's with you, but there are pain relievers. They will help.
And looks to
I
Max
think-
again.
Before Max can respond, Lola blurts out, "We'll help you."
Do it. Get yourself fixed up. And it's kind of like, it's going between that attitude of everything's great, is looking at Kaida, and it's almost if you see I will fight. I have to fight.
And it's that as well that you catch, Lola, as you fixate on his wrists. He fumbles with the pill bottle. As you see his brother, no, his cousin,
Ain't no
trying
difference.
trying to protect him. What do you remember?
Lola remembers a really bad night when she was around 12. When her father came home intoxicated and I guess had a bad day and caught Lola looking at male models in a magazine, and it was really bad. But then she remembered how Roman pulled him off of her.
You watch Max with the same protective spirit, watching all of you, making sure that Richie's gonna be okay.
I think it literally gets to the point where Max doesn't turn away, but like hand back to get the pill bottle so that they can open it.
Once he takes the pills, Kaida asks him, she keeps her hands in her lap and she asks him to remove his jacket and shirt. And once he does, she's going to use flesh crafting to fix his back. And the entire time is talking more for Max than for Richie with what she's doing. Her fingertips, even the metal one, sort of, they press into the flesh, and they almost look like the flesh becomes like clay, and she begins to push and knead the flesh together. Maybe there is a drop of her blood just to ensure the seams heal.
Need
And then she
everyone
goes,
in the car to give me a rouse check. Kaida, give me 2 as you begin your flesh crafting.
I'm hungrier.
we're good.
Same.
I also rolled a 1 on the hunger die.
Horrific. So, Lola,
Sorry, I am good. I do not get hungry.
I believe that brings Kaida and Remy both to 2 as well, correct?
I'm not hungrier. I was successful on both
Apologies,
rolls.
Max and Remy to 2.
She's talking him through every move she makes. Then she goes to his wrists. She puts her hands over it for just a moment. I know what it is like to be kept against your will. You never have to fear that again. And she starts to mold that flesh as well, heal any bruises or cuts that are on his wrists. She says this with a strong voice, so everyone in the car hears it.
Max, you see it? You can see him in pain. He's biting his tongue. It hurts, clearly. He mutters things out every once in a while, things that aren't his words. And it's unfortunate because you can only be forced to be in one location to hear constant words before indoctrination does take hold. What he's doing now is on instinct, almost trying to comfort himself. I wept blood. I caught tears in a cup and drank them. More words from the very book you were sent to retrieve.
I think seeing that he's in pain and the risks that Max caused that injury, Max kind of leans over the seat. He's like, no, man. I was the one who cried, right? Getting too big for myself, right? No, yeah. I'm the one who cries. No, not you. Not you. No.
In response, Kaida is saying the other words, whispering them to both Richie and Max.
Remy, you, despite damaging your steering wheel, arrive at the restaurant, hostel atop it. It's not too terribly long of a drive, no drive check necessary. We've established already tonight that you're on your toes. You make it there in one piece. Scene is all of yours.
I'll drive us to the back. The restaurant's still open, so I knock on the back door and it opens. Just kind of one of the line cooks open the door and sees me, and I nod, and a meal sent to 202.
Of course. 1?
Well, 2 isn't 2 then.
Sure. Preference?
And I'll just kind of look over.
What do you want? Like pancakes when we were kids, like a full spread.
Dude,
Ham.
Whatever's not expired.
Yeah, no, whatever you got. 2 of the specials.
Your best then. Tonight's specials.
Of course, Remy. Moves
And
off.
then I drive a little further and reach the hostel door. Kind of guide everybody to the elevator, which it's almost like an employee entrance, an employee elevator and everything. So there's nobody here. I take them over to the floor. We'll be in this room. I point at 202. The showers are down the hall.
Come on, Richie. And just hand on his shoulder and doesn't look away from all of you as they guide Richie to wherever the showers are and take everything off and scrub everything down. Dear God, hot water and soap. Oh.
I don't think it's without. I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that there may have been like a brief interaction of like, oh, I'm going first. I think at this point, the two of you, Richie doesn't care. If you're gonna go first, he's going with you. He'll face the other wall. You face the other wall. Whatever he's got to do, he's
multiple
still
stalls.
sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Like
going
full
to,
on had a fight at the first stall, pushed each other, realized that there was another one. I was like, "We fucking idiot."
Yeah.
We did the whole time. We wasted this energy.
Yeah, and he said, "You're stupid. You're supposed to see more than me." And he goes over to the other stall and starts to shower.
Kaida is going to look at Remy and say, perhaps we can get them some new clothes. Those are disgusting.
Of course, that's what I was thinking too.
Lola is clutching the fucking Book of Nod. She's like white knuckling it. Kind of looking down, just looking down at the ground, sitting down in a seat.
I'm gonna go over and lift her chin. Remember what I told you. Your head held high. If you want to talk about it, we are here.
Speaking of which, I need to broach the subject again. The information you've given me. Phoenix is going to be more and more dangerous unless something changes. Whether the SI presence, whether whatever this insurrection is happening, or, God forbid, whether the prince needs to change. If any of those things don't change, I fear for the safety of Zoe. By proxy, Roman. So once again, would you be okay for us to send them away for a little bit?
She turns away to think, but it's not the same. It's not the same amount of time as it was before. She thinks for a second, calculates, and then looks back at you, Remy, and says, "Yes, it's how we'll keep them safe."
They'll have a great time. It's Nice.
Sure, he'll love it.
I'll take out a phone and just text a few numbers. It'll be done.
You do this, and you're free to have a little bit more conversation if you so choose. I will say this, however. Max, you may join your new companions as you see fit. Richie is going to take his sweet time. You're the kindred. You go talk to your vampire friends. I'm going to scrub everywhere for at least 34 more minutes.
You need to get the last body out of your hair. The last time that Eddie tried to pull you into that whole thing, it's all
I am
up in
going to
there,
be
man.
here. I might be here till dayrise.
This place looks like it's not like
This
our
is that
apartment back home.
fancy water, man. This
Yeah.
is like, this not even like,
Look
this
at that
isn't like
water
regular
pressure.
Arizona. This is crazy, dog.
Yeah. No. This is good.
I want to live here.
Okay. I can try and make a deal for that, because
I just do. Dude, it's gonna be so stupid. Please, this is so stupid. If we go back with a shower, I don't want to go back. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like not knowing how good you have it until it's bad, and then you have it good again. It's exactly that. You know, I don't want to go back. Don't make me, fuck you, Max. And he kind of just like, you could hear aggressive scrubbing of his hair.
yeah. Better than the 2 cheeses at Christmas. Yeah. Free turkey. Okay.
But Max,
We
you
won't
may
go back.
rejoin. You may rejoin your companions, your new companions, whenever you see fit. But like I said, Richie's gonna take some time here.
He deserves it after the decade we've been through.
Lola. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Lola, seeing Remy make moves about the trip, nods and lets out a unnecessary sigh and says, Roman's always been there for me since we were littles. It's the least I could do, help him get a nice trip, right?
He deserves it, then.
Yeah, he does. Guys, what are we gonna do with this? And she looks at the Book of Nod.
I can take that. Here. You got a real nice setup back there. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's interesting. You add a little salt to the water and it gets all soft. It's a thing. Anyways, the clothes are in the closet and there's food that's brought up.
Yeah, I'll put it somewhere. I don't think Richie's coming out for a bit, but yeah, I'll take it.
And also the fridge, specifically this room. It's one of my safe houses. So if you need a drink, I'll just kind of point over to the mini fridge.
This is a good plan. Yeah, she was right. And is looking at Lola.
He's always right.
Yeah. You want me to take it or?
She kind of looks at it and then back at Max and says, Max, let's be candid with one another. Child of Malkov to another.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty great. So, what would we be, right?
I can't. I don't think you two should go back.
No, Richie's already said we aren't going back, so
Okay.
figure it out from here.
Do I need to roll? Do I even need to roll to see how genuine that is?
I think that I don't think a roll is necessary. I think that Max, it seems like the facade has dropped.
They gave me a shower. I would kill for them.
Yeah, so I don't think a roll is necessary. Yeah, it's not. This little facade of master and servant is not real, Lola.
I mean, I could give it to you. If you're not going back, you're figuring it out from here. I think we should. I don't think those people deserve anything from you. Not even this.
No, they full on take me for granted. No, I told all of them exactly what she told me, and I told them we could trust her, and then they didn't. Fuck. I could have saved so many of us, but no, we're gonna take over Mexico City. No, our pack priest. Why are you looking at me like that?
Montalvo gave you permission to stay, yes?
Yeah.
And he was aware that you are a part of a pack.
Yeah, Diego knew him from way back in the day, over in Texas.
Like in the way that... Oh, go ahead, you go.
How many of you are left in there?
Well, which side? The ones who stayed definitely gone. as I bombed that whole place after the whole Fiorenza issue. And then when our place got bombed here, we lost one, but still got Diego with the twins and Eddie. So.
Did you happen to be in a house or a place in Mesa when it got bombed?
Yeah, no, that's where we're holed up. And then she told me I had to go, so we went.
I look to Remy and Lola. That is why he did not want us in Mesa.
Also, stay out of Glendale.
What's
What's
in
happening?
Glendale?
That
Now, I know a lot. I don't know that yet.
okay, Montalvo told you that?
Yeah. I don't really trust what he has to say anymore, though, after she told me to go.
Yeah.
Wise.
I am. Thank you. Thank you. That's a little appreciation. I do so much for them all the time, but no.
And
You're-
they take it
yeah,
for granted.
Yes. And I shouldn't be. Look at me.
Well, perhaps you should eat something. Change your clothes. Be comfortable. You're safe here.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, safe.
Relative
The look
safety.
on Max's face is safety is a concept. And I'm going to grab four blood bags from the fridge and go change.
Do this.
So comfortable, and the food, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're with Montalvo, or yeah?
It's
I still have no idea.
complicated.
I like you. She trusts, or she knows. One of those. I'm right either
It's
way.
kind of complicated. Because we're being candid. I am the Malkavian Primogen. However, with all of this information coming to light, we are trying to stop the prince from eating the city alive with his choices, ambitions. Not quite sure what those are yet, but
I mean, I heard all the Diego stories about him and the Monomancy, so like,
In the what?
the Monomancy it's like a fight. I haven't had to do it. I've seen it though.
What kind of stories?
Oh, it used to be some sort of big deal.
And what happened? Why did he change sides?
Once again, I know a lot. Don't know that yet. You want me to look?
Not yet. What do you know, Max?
So you should probably send someone to that mall.
What is in the mall?
Family.
Kaida's teeth all get very large, and her mouth kind of like opens in reaction to it.
You want some?
Don't offer what you cannot actually give, darling.
I didn't. Remy did. It's his fridge.
And I have particular appetites.
Eddie's the same. And the twins, but they're like real big on pickiness.
In the spirit of candidness, I have the right to destruction. Eradicate all Sabbat.
There you go.
And you, no longer Sabbat.
Well, that is a technicality kind of thing that's going on there. So technically, yes, technically, but only a little, because I didn't do what everybody else did.
What did they do?
There's a whole tradition. Yeah.
Mhm.
They still call me a shovelhead when they think I can't hear.
I see.
But guess who's gotten out of it for the past 8 years? So, like, who's the idiot? Not me.
You're a survivor.
Yeah. Always have been.
Yeah. Well,
This is your family, yes?
Technically.
that's
But they also killed mine, so you know.
So then you won't mind if I get rid of them.
It might sting a little, but, you know. And is just kind of glancing back towards the door.
Lola has that the same way that well, not quite the same way 'cause she's not using a discipline, but in a similar fashion to how Lola became icy and almost dangerous seeming back at the Anarch headquarters. She has starting to that's coming to fruition again as she's formulating and plotting silently.
I personally think, based on the slight done to me, a firebomb would be pretty excellent of a choice for your selection, destructionist. That's just a, like, a flavor.
Well, there is the matter of who should know about it.
True.
Technically, we're supposed to be dead, so, you know.
Well, here's the thing. Julian.
But that was the SI, so, like...
Julian sent us to meet up with you. He's in the spirit of candidness with the Anarchs right now.
Yeah.
And we're kind of playing both sides in order to know all the information and keep the city safe. So that
We're
she
on the
looks-
side of Phoenix, if that makes
Right.
any sense to you. Keeping
I'm-
our house a home.
I'm familiar with the concept, yeah.
She looks to her coterie. So in this case, and of course we'll get Friday's take, we could tell Montalvo, down his good graces, get a beat on his reaction. Or we could tell the Anarchs and have backup. Montalvo might actually send the sheriff, now that I think about it, but my point stands.
There is also Joe. It rather irks me to have to deal with him, but if we do, we clear ourselves of the outside threats. At least provide some unity from inside. And we can take it step by step from there.
Max. I want you to roll me wits and politics, please.
Did I roast the blood?
You absolutely may.
While this is happening,
I'm gonna go get some more blood from the fridge.
while this is happening, Kaida, like, she keeps, like, rolling her shoulders, and you can see the irritation on her face. Not with Max or even what we're discussing, but just the nature of everything. How deep Montalvo has betrayed this city. And she fully believes that he is playing both sides of Sabat and the SI. And she's trying to calculate what end. She's a Samitsi, so in her mind, she's like, why would a dragon do this? But you can see sort of that irritation building in her.
Indeed, it might be even more so for you, Kaida, because you are not quite like other members of your clan. There is something that you share. Hospitality means something to Clan Zamisi. If Montalvo offered hospitality, even to Sabat, that should have meant something. With Max, with 5 successes, Gerald, you don't know that name, but in the stories that Diego told, back when Montalvo was big, back when he was larger, one of his pack members was named Geraldo, La Sombra of particular note.
Are you sure that his name is Gerald?
That's what he introduced himself to as.
Do you know what his clan is?
I didn't
No.
get that information. He said that he was with the. And now that she's thinking about it, she's like, wait a minute. But he said he was with the tower. He didn't say which city. But he said Montalvo was not to be trusted.
Because, like, way back in the day, like, way back, he was running around with, Montalvo, that is, was running around with someone named Geraldo.
Geraldo.
Yeah, Sombra, big deal.
It means
Yeah.
Gerald in Spanish.
I know, that's why I was saying. It's important that you call a thing what it is, otherwise everybody gets confused.
Yes, of course.
Or, like, if you wanted to, like, put a spin on it, because sometimes we had to put spins on things, we could have fled, and then you found us with your rites of destruction. He could, like, get one up on Montalvo.
From
Like,
what
if you were
I've-
one.
From what I remember, at least. If he is a La Sombra, that means he's given up people. If he now represents the tower.
So to
Yeah.
join, I would have to sacrifice somebody, because that's not off the table. But,
I mean, you
is that how you would?
sort of are, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, if, then,
It was a particular practice for La Sombra specifically. Bring in their sire or someone of note and kill them for the Ivory Tower.
Exactly.
So what's the Malkavian tradition? Once again, sacrifice not off the table, but if it's something else, I would.
Well, usually, if that's the case, it usually defers to directly who the prince is, and sometimes the prince would defer that to the primogen.
Eyes on Lola.
Lola, as she's listening to everyone piece everything together, looks as though she's taking in new information. It's interesting how a member of the Camarilla didn't know that about the Lasombra. So she nods and says, "I'm gonna let you in on something, Max. He made me Primogen with like a ploy. I don't know what I'm doing."
And you're adding to our ranks already. Look at you, and such a great member of our clan. That's pretty. It's a one up. And I have never met him. I don't register. Once again, I'm a little. It feels like a slur. I've been called a lot of slurs in my life, but the shovelhead one hurt just a little bit because I could feel what they felt.
Well,
I'm a great endorsement.
should we can tell Gerald and get another tower involved. The Anarchs would not like that, though.
No, the Anarchs wouldn't like it very much, but right now, a lot of their ire stems from the fact that the prince is the way he is. Yes, the chem is one of the reasons, but without the prince, well, his machinations have made it fairly obvious where he stands against Phoenix. So much so that even his primogen, his Ventru primogen, has dealings against him.
And in search of Fiorenza, there is meant to be a shipment. Renee believes Fiorenza is that shipment.
Oh, is that what happened to her? I mean, so there was like this real personal beef with one of our like kind of big deals down in Mexico City. They blew up a whole tower. It was bad. The whole SI came down. They killed everybody. I told everybody to run. They actually told me to shut up, so I just kind of let them die.
Okay.
Because
The
that's
prince.
the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
That's the thing at the very end. Whether Camarilla or Anarch, our ultimate goal is to stave off the SI.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I looked, saw what they were gonna do. It's
You looked.
Yeah.
You can do that?
yeah, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
She looks to her coterie. I had my first vision the other night, and I saw a chessboard, and then I saw my sire, and I saw the prince, and I saw myself. And what's important here is that I think Montalvo made me primogen to lure out Lydia. So she's maybe alive, unalive, and I don't know. I should look to Max. I don't know how it works, the whole seeing thing.
Well, it's more it's kind of like the stories my grandmother used to tell me. So like, it's a lesson. You have to look at it for the meanings behind it. Like, if you saw Lydia and you saw the prince, they're playing chess. It kind of sounds like you're the pawn. Yeah. Which, it's not bad being the pawn. You can make your way all across the board. Get your pieces back. You might be the queen, for all we know. Not the king, because like the king can only move like one space, and you can. I saw you move across the whole city.
Well, there's no pieces of car or an SUV, so there's that.
Yeah, but that wasn't part of the vision. You have to kind of stick to what you can see.
I will say I am loath to immediately pick a side for anything, but it just seems to me that there is one thorn, one specific thorn on our side that, when removed, at least will open doors to negotiations and have the city be somewhat united again.
I'm an enemy. That's what Lydia used to say.
Yeah, she let me know the SI are on their way. And maybe that was like an overall general warning. I took it as like right now.
And who do we think is working with the SI?
Montalvo is working with the SI.
Yeah, because he was the only one that knew we were there. Except for like, that was only him. Julian's too busy, wrapped up. If you want me to go talk to the Anarchs and like have a diversion, I'll take that. Let Julian know that my bat got killed. He's obsessed. He wants to hear all about Daddy Kane, and it's a whole fucking thing.
Julian's a different problem in it of itself, but
He grows on you.
does he?
Like a wart.
Burn the board.
That would be the city. I wouldn't suggest that. Done it before. Do not recommend.
No. See the board as resource. Montalvo is pulling all his resource. Burn it. Disconnect him from the SI, from the Sabbat.
Well, we're gonna have to do it one at a time then.
Might I suggest we start with the Sabbat?
I think that is the immediate threat. The
Seems like I have a
shipment-
phone call to make then.
I think
Regardless of whether or not Geraldo is former Sabbat as well, if he represents the tower, he needs to know.
Make that call.
The box gets shipped in a couple of nights. Days, nights. My contact said days. So if we're doing this, we need to do it tonight or tomorrow.
Tonight it is then. And I'll excuse myself.
So I call you like Primogen, not like Pack Priest, because...
You just call me Lola.
Okay.
For you, Remy, you are calling Gerald. Our vision will follow you.
I will head into the hallway and make the call.
Rings once, twice. Remy,
Geraldo. I'm sorry, Gerald.
how do you
How
find
are you?
yourself this evening?
We have gathered information, some that you might find interesting to say the least, but I think a quid pro quo situation has arisen.
Do tell.
I would like to have a little talk.
I can send you a nice little spot just outside of the city. I'd like to talk in person.
How many hours, storyteller, do we still have of night?
Just a few. Enough to drive in, out. The conversation would have to be very, very brief. maybe 20 minutes, and then you need to get back so you can get back to your haven.
Cutting it close, aren't we?
Remy,
But it is urgent.
you should know you're always welcome to stay the night.
We will talk in person.
See you soon. And that, dear viewers, is where we're going to end this episode of Bloom in Blood. We're going to go around the room very quickly and let everyone know who you are, who you've played, where they can find you. So, we'll begin in reverse order. Over to my top left, Max.
Hey everybody, I'm still Az. That's who I am as the player, or as I was on the social media, because I still think I'm funny, because I am. And today I have been Max, the Malkavian, who has escaped the Sabbat, probably. We'll see.
We indeed will see. I mean, they're not dead yet, and they might come looking for you. I guess we'll see. Richie is still showering. Thank you so much for being here, Az. I appreciate it very, very much. We'll jump over to my top right, Kaida.
Hello, everyone. I played Kaida tonight. I'm the Rissa Rave. You can find me all over the internet as such. I'm here at Rolling Nomads and some things. Check it out. I'm in other places also doing TTRPGs. You'll find me. Just look. I also have a YouTube channel where I do ASMR styled readings of books I like. Usually just a chapter or two. Because I want you to go read books. Go read books before they ban them all. Other than that, I was Kaida, and I have some Sabbat to kill.
You sure do. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure. Going over to my bottom left, Lola.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on most social medias, including on Twitch where I stream. I also do social media for Rolling Nomads, so all the posts that go out, that's me. Words are hard. Tonight, I have been Lola Torres, the Malkavian. Probably not going to be a Primogen for much longer, unless negotiations are made, like Remy said. And I had an absolute blast being here. And I want to thank my fellow Malkavian who shared the table with us tonight for being so cool.
Indeed. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see how long Primogen lasts, I guess. I mean, it really depends on the prince, or if there's a new prince, or who's going to step up, what happens to the city. But I guess we'll see in future episodes. Moving over to last but certainly not least, my bottom right, Remy.
Hello. I am Astrus VTuber, or Aster. I am a composer, musician, singer, and did I say voice actor? I think I said voice actor. I don't remember. But regardless, I love TTRPGs and Vampire the Masquerade and whatnot for the game, and will always be around doing such. And Remy's I was playing Remy. He is a Nephilim Toreador, and if it sounded like the negotiations are for Remy to be prince, you might be right. Regardless, we'll see what happens.
Love the well, if no one else is gonna do it, I mean, I guess if the people want what they want, cast your vote in the chat, I guess, or on a poll, or come up in our Discord and just shout Remy for Prince at us. We love that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have been your storyteller tonight's Chronicle, Gilbert Ramos, aka Ramos to know on all the social medias. I'm CEO and founder of Rolling Nomads, and this has been Bloom in Blood, episode 6. We're getting there, guys. The strands are coming together. We're doing plot stuff. Hell yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll catch you guys next time, same place, same kindred. We'll see you then.